Hello children, happy June. I hope you had a really wonderful half term. Today, this week, we're doing one more week of addition and subtraction. This time we're going back and looking at column addition and column subtraction. We've got 2 days of column addition, 2 days of column subtraction, and finally we're going to end on looking at estimating and inverse operations. Okay, so the first lesson we're doing is introducing column addition. Okay, now I don't really know why, but if you look in your lessons, if you're using the lessons, then adding in columns is above introducing column addition. So make sure you go all the way down to introducing column addition. Let's start the lesson. Okay, this will be a nice simple lesson, just a recap for you for how to do column addition. So let's look at 2 ways of adding 63 and 34. You could split it into the tens and the ones. 60 plus 3, 30 plus 4. And if we look at this, we might add the tens together to get 90 and the ones together to get 7. And then we add the 2 numbers together to get 97. Now look at this one. We haven't split the numbers into the tens and ones. We're just representing the tens and the ones using a T and an O. Here, remember, we always start from the ones. We always add from the ones first and then the tens. So 3 plus 4, again, just like this one, would equal 7. 6 plus 3 would equal 9. And because it's in the tens column, we know it's not actually 9, it's 90. But we've only had to add the 6 and the 3, not the 60 and the 30. As long as you put it in the right column, it will represent the right number. So let's have a try on our own. 4 plus 1, easy, 5. Then I would move on to the tens. 5 plus 3, easy, 8. So I know I've done the ones, I've done the tens, my answer must be 85. Okay. You can do as many of these as you want to give it a go. 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 3, or it could say 30 plus 30 because they're representing 30s, but 3 plus 3, 6, 67. Okay, have a go at as many as you want. Now, we can do the same with bigger numbers. Now we've got a hundreds column, a tens column, and a ones column, but it's exactly the same principle. We add up the ones, then we add up the tens. Okay, so 1 10 plus 4 10 equals 5 tens, which is representing the number 50. And then 300s plus 200s equals 500s, which this 5 is representing 500. 557. Voila. Good word, voila. It means there you go. 5 plus 2 is 7. I've got 7 ones. 3 plus 3 is 6. I've got 6 tens, which is the same as 60. I've got 6 tens or 60 in my tens column. 6 plus 1 is 7. I've got 7 hundreds. My answer is 767. I'm not going to do another one, but you can do as many as you want. Okay, this one, they're asking us to write in the numbers. So I know I've got 2 tens in 23 and 3 ones. In 41, I've got 4 tens and 1 1. Now I can add them. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 64. This one, 155. I've got 100. I've got 5 tens, 50, and I've got 5 ones. 512. I've got 500. I've got 1 10, and I've got 2 ones. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus 1 is 6. 1 plus 5, exactly the same sum, is 6. My answer is 600s, 60, and 7. 667. Final one. I've got 300s. I've got 4 tens. I've got 5 ones. I've got 600s. I've got 2 tens. I've got 3 ones. 5 plus 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 plus 2, 6. That number represents a 60, remember? It's in the tens column. 6 plus 3, 9. So I've got 900s, 968. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Just like before, we're adding up the ones. But 6 and 7 equals 13. So you should all remember this. What do we need to do with the 1? The 1 is a 10, and we've got 3 ones left over. So we write the 3 in the ones column, but that 10 can't go in the ones column, it has to go in the tens column. Now, some of you might write it like this, in there, and then work down, or some of you might write it above. Either way, you should know that 1 needs to be added to the tens. Now we add up the tens. So we've got 30 plus 80 plus 10, because we've got the 8 and the 3 and the tens, and then we've got 1 extra 10 from the ones. So 80 plus 30 would equal 120, plus a 10 would equal 130. Oh, 110, sorry, plus 10 would equal 120. So the 1 in 120 is 100. So it can't go in the tens column. The 2 will go in the tens column, and the 1 will go in the hundreds column, or underneath or above. Now we need to add up the hundreds, but we cannot forget the 1 underneath. 4 plus 1 plus 1, 600. So our answer is 623. So our turn. 8 plus 3, not like silly Miss Flash, you just said it was 12, is 11. So we put the 1 from the 11 in the ones column, and we put the 10 in the tens column. Then we've got 8 plus 3 plus 1. Do not forget this 1. 8 plus 3 again, just like before, is 11. But this time it's not 11, it's 12, because we're adding on the extra 10. I say 12, it's actually 120, isn't it? So the 2 has to go in the 10, because that's the 20 and 120. And the 100, and 4 plus 1 plus 1 is, or I'm getting ahead of myself, 4 plus 1 plus 1 is 6. So my answer must be 621. Okay, I'll go do one more for you, one more. 7 plus 5 equals 12. So the 2 ones go in the 1 column, and the 110 goes in the 10 column. 8 plus 7 plus 1, don't forget the 1. So 8 plus 7 first is 15. Add the 1 is 16. Remember, this 16 represents 160. So the 60 and 160 need to go in the tens, and the 1 needs to go in the hundreds. And finally, 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. My answer is 462. Okay. So this is a worded problem. You could use paper and pencil to help you answer it. In bowling game, Sam scores 182 and Harriet scores 120. How many points do they have altogether? So you might want to write this as a column addition, or you might be able to do it in your head. I'm going to write it down to check it. I think I probably could do it in my head if I wanted to, but I know you can't see me, but I'm writing down the numbers now, and I know that 2 plus 0 is 2, so I've got 2 in my ones column. Then I'm going to move on to my tens. 8 plus 2 is 10, so I don't have any, or 8 plus 2 is 10, which is the same as 100, because 80 plus 20, and in 100 we don't have any tens, so I know that must be a 0 in the tens column. I'm going to put a 1 into my hundreds column, and then I'm looking at my hundreds. I've got 1, 2, 3 in my hundreds, so altogether they score 302. Well done if you got that right. Okay, so have a go at your My Portal work, please. See how many you can get right on that, and we've got more column addition coming up tomorrow.